Hello and welcome. I am absolutely honoured and blessed to be in this TIGI, or the Bedhead Academy here right now. We have the Global Academy Director and we have the European Artistic Director, or Creative Director, shall I say. I'm so happy. I mean, for me, TIGI continues to be the forefront of hair fashion. It creates styles for hairdressers and motivates hairdressers to recreate, and it also creates styles for clients that always want them, right? I mean, for me, it's always about versatility and commercial haircuts, but you always seem to push it to the next level a little bit more. You do creative work, although it's commercial. Hairdressers just love doing your work, you know, with that. Listen, tell us a little bit about the new collection, Retrospective, anyway,
cool.
You've just launched.
Do you want me to start, or would you like to? I think we'll get passed over to Akash and he can start with this one.
All right, Paul, it's an absolute pleasure to have you guys here.
I'm so
hanging out for the whole day. Obviously, got some great hair for you later on, some cut and color. But today we're going to talk about the collection itself and talk about inspirations. And of course, how we create collections from year to year. Retrospective itself is it celebrates TIGI's sort of DNA and culture. We're looking at some of our older iconic styles and techniques that we kind of revived and bring it into this collection. We got 5 looks, and obviously making it contemporary with today's obviously overall total concept when you're looking at the styling, makeup, hair color, the cutting. But when you look at the looks itself, you can see the DNA, the strong sort of like TIGI signature throughout the entire looks.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, look, we were just chatting a few minutes ago there. When you create collections, it still has the same DNA as it was like many years ago. Do you believe that's the case, or do you feel you've changed a little bit more over the years?
Well, I think it's important that you're true to yourself and true to your style. So I think the images are recognizable, from a mile away. You can see, that is TIGI, and I think it's important that you keep your identity from collection, to collection. Because that way your fan base and the people who obviously believe in what you represent, they can be loyal to you.
No, totally. I totally agree. Look, I mean, as an art team, we were just chatting there. As an art team, whenever you create these looks, you've got to travel with them. When you travel, do they change in any shape or form to inherit the environment of like Asia, say for instance, or America, say for instance, or do you keep the same concept the same?
You know what, I think the great thing with the collections is, and I think what we always promote is, I think for us when we develop the collection, by the time we release it, to us it feels not old, but we've worked with it for so long. So by the time we release it, we always put like a new spin on something, which I think is great. I think when we travel, you have to bear in mind whatever market you're going to, whatever country. I do think we slightly evolve it, but I think the DNA of the collection always stays the same, or the spirit.
Yeah, okay, very, very good. Listen, tell me a little bit about what you're going to be doing today, because you're both going to be doing 2 different looks, right? But it's still from the same collection. You're going to be doing the colour this afternoon. Yep. Tell us a little bit about what people are going to take from today's class.
So I think in terms of colour, I think that colour is such an emotional, or it's a feeling or a response, especially when you see tone. I think the great thing for me as a colourist, I think now, is that no matter what fashion tribe or lifestyle a woman fits into, you can have any hair colour, which I think is great, and I think people celebrate colour a lot more. I think the main focus of the collection and what we'll be sharing with you today is a celebration of TIGI's heritage or DNA. In terms of what you'll get today with colour, I'm going to work with a technique that we refer to as like neo-painting. Which is really exciting. I think with each colour that we do for a model, it has like an inspiration, has a story behind it, and it will obviously sync with the haircut as well and the overall image or style. So neo-painting is a style of painting from the late 70s, early 80s, and it blends abstract with contemporary. So I'm really excited to share that with you.
Do you know what? Even the way you described that to me is sold. I'm sold with that. And I honestly, I just keep saying this to people, even like, okay, so all our audience, they're all salon hairdressers as well, and that has to translate into the salon, right?
Exactly.
The way you describe that, I'm sold. It's like, without being a salesperson or whatever like that, but the way you actually present it to your client, the wording that you use, you've got my attention. Do you know what? Trends evolve, words evolve, right?
Exactly.
So the way you present, I mean, even if it's something slightly different, the way you present it to your client, your guest that comes into the salon, make sure that you change your words because it captures their imagination. It keeps them coming to you. You know, change your client before they change you. People say that all the time. We've said that for years, but you've got to change the wording, even if it's not even technique. Do you know? It captures people's imagination. Thanks for that, because that's really, really good.
I think it's really important because we educate hairdressers, but hairdressers need to educate their clients.
They certainly do.
Obviously, that's not only with what hair they want to wear, but with all the products they use and everything else around there for maintenance, and also whatever they take home to keep the style fresh or the color fresh.
Yeah, totally. Your haircut this afternoon. What
Right,
are we going to see different? Are we doing long, short, medium?
I'm doing a short haircut. My colleagues always make fun of me because
they think your thing.
No, it's not that. It's like the haircut I'm doing. It's like they always make fun of me. They say that's the only haircut I do. It's like all my haircuts are some kind of variation of a mullet. So even if I do a bob, it's a variation of a mullet. But anyway, I've got a great haircut for you, and it's actually the technique I did for the collection. I do a variation of it. Because of course, haircuts, you have to personalize it to the individual. So I'm working with Alex, my model's hair, and I think I'm super excited. Warren's done a fantastic color already, so I'm super stoked about it.
So you came together, you talked about what you were going to do for the haircut and colours. So you both worked on each other's models this morning.
Yeah,
okay.
so Akash is pre-cut.
Well, it's all about teamwork because, see, we departmentalized. So I know a bit about color. He knows about cutting hair. As a matter of fact, sometimes he cuts my hair. But
he says he understands color. But
yeah.
Don't know about that.
And what teamwork is, what it's all about. So we come together as a team, not just us, but the whole team within TIGI, when we create the collections, and this is where we obviously maximize each other's potential.
Okay. Listen, I've always got to say, I mentioned earlier on there was. You do things and you do it with such creativity, and some people feel, some people will say with, the avant-garde stuff that, we do as in an industry, that it's like, it's not salon friendly, but it's there to capture people's imaginations. And I think your show work is phenomenal. From the moment they start, it's like, wow, do you know what? I love this industry, and it's impactful, and that's why we do it, right? That's why you sort of capture people's imaginations. When people go and see your shows, they're phenomenal, and they get blown away, and it just motivates them. I know some of the stuff it's not salon friendly, the avant-garde, whether we're creating session or whether it's creating feeling, creating mood, creating creativity in our industry, and I love that what you do because you always push it to the next level. Have you got shows coming up this year?
We have a few shows coming up in Germany and also in America. So we're just planning those. We've got a new brand launching, which I don't want to talk about too much, but we've got some exciting stuff coming out.
Within the bedhead range?
Within TIGI.
Okay.
So we've got some events coming up to bring it to the audiences. And we also have a brand new digital platform coming out this summer. So we're super excited about that. And obviously, Retrospective will be featured as the first big feature on it. So we're bringing it to our digital platforms or channels. And obviously, that's how we're going to just kind of launch the collection. Yeah,
I think, sorry to interrupt, Paul, we've got Colour World coming up as well. So TIGI are going to be there, which we're really excited about. We were there last year doing trend talks, but this year we're going to be there making quite a lot of noise. So I think we're really excited as a team to be at Colour World. So
amazing. You are going to do a little colour trend talk as well after your class, towards the end of the application anyway. So listen guys, I've just got to say thank you very much. I'm honoured, I'm blessed, to be here in the Bedhead Studios. This is Warren Boodaghian, sorry,
distant relative of
and Akash Bodi. If you don't have a ticket, please get one now. You can go on to hairdressinglive.com and buy your place and see this amazing creative team. Thank you. If you like what you've seen, leave a comment below and subscribe to our YouTube channel.